Project Zomboid mods. In this video, I have compiled all the best mods I could find on the workshop for Project Zomboid in 2023. So the first mod is Apocalypse Machines. This mod adds 7 rare post-apocalyptic beat up and rusted vehicles, including the Bullet Ant and Galapagos off-road vehicles, the Bandit, Frankenstein, the Gyrafalcon sports cars, and the Beast, and on top of that, the King heavy trucks. The next mod is Brita's weapon pack. This mod adds over 40 additional weapons to the game, such as a grenade launcher, flamethrowers, and even rocket launchers. That's not all, as it also adds a whole bunch of basic weapons, like pistols, rifles, SMGs, and more that you can just pick up and find around the world. So this next mod is called Common Sense. This mod adds a bunch of things that are so simple but are just lacking in Project Zomboid sometimes. This mod solves issues by adding many quality of life improvements to the game. And so a full list of changes include all doors, garages and car trunks can be pried open with a crowbar. Sacks can be emptied at will, so you're not forced to do it. Spears can be crafted with mops, brooms, and basically anything with a long handle that just makes sense. Canned food can now be opened with knives, screwdrivers, spoons, and again, just anything that makes sense, you know, like something that's sharp, something that would normally be able to open a can. Well, if you really tried to at least. Pie slices now have a happiness bonus of 5, sheets can be crafted, the flashlight can be attached to your belt, which is quite useful, and then certain items in the game can now be repaired. The next mod we have here is Rainwash. Rain washes blood and dirt away, including the character's body, clothing, equipped bags, equipped and attached weapons, the vehicle your character is in, and vehicle attached to it, or last used vehicle and vehicle attached to it. You can also wash your character in the rain, so when your character is outside and it's raining, simply just right click and you'll see the wash in the rain option. It kind of works like you wash yourself, but slower, and your character will take off all clothes. However, he will put them on after he finishes washing, obviously. And the next mod is Just Throw Them Out the Window. This mod is meant to address a single problem in Project Zomboid. You all know too well that awkward moment when the upper levels of your base get invaded by zombies. But if you're lucky enough to survive this, you end up with piles of corpses all around the place. But then it's just so annoying to get rid of all the corpses, right? Well, with this mod you can simply pick them up and just throw them out the window. Then they're no longer your problem to deal with, and they'll just be outside on the ground rotting. So this next mod is called The Workshop. This mod adds more crafting features to the game. With this mod you no longer have to drop your broken tools on the ground. You can now disassemble them for scrap, such as screws, metal parts, wood. You know, basically whatever it makes sense for your tool you're disassembling to turn into. You can also disassemble any metallic vanilla item in the game to get small amounts of metal scrap. This mod also works with other popular mods like bushcraft tools. To disassemble something you will need a metal workbench, which needs to be learned by a recipe book, and some metalworking skill. With this mod you can also now scrap items in the scrapping crafting tab. So yeah, this one's quite an important mod to have, and it just makes the game a little bit easier, a little bit more convenient. So this next mod doesn't really do too much, but it's still a very useful one to have. It's called Combat Text, and basically what this mod does is it shows a health bar above the zombie heads, and basically what the health is at after you deal damage to it. So you constantly know when you're fighting a zombie how much health it will have. Which I think is quite a useful mod to have, obviously, because normally you don't know how much health they have. So now you'll be able to know if a zombie's low or if it's full HP. And the next mod is Manage Containers. So what is the purpose of this mod? Well, imagine you've just finished a big haul and you're back at your base and now you have to unload everything. Wouldn't you just want to be able to select everything and ask the game to filter it for you? Well, no, you can using this mod. All you have to do is set which category your containers accept, and you're set. So how does it work? Right click any container and select Configure Container, and then this will bring up a huge list of item categories based on the items present in that save. So this is another really useful mod to have, and I'd recommend everyone using this one if you hate sorting stuff out. Obviously, if your containers are just all over the place, then this mod won't really matter for you. The next mod that I'd suggest for everyone to use is Scrap Armor. This mod adds some new post-apocalyptic / homemade armor. These can be made with various resources and tools that you can find throughout the world. To craft the scrap armor, just check the armor tab in your crafting menu. I think this mod's really cool because it adds armor that like really fits in, I guess, with the whole apocalypse vibe and everything like that. And who doesn't like a new strong armor in the game that you can craft quite easily? And now the next mod is called Undead Survivor. This mod adds currently 5 new outfits which only spawn on zombies. So here are the features of this mod. Outfits will spawn on zombies, so this is the only way that you can find any of these cool outfits. You can tuck the trousers into your shoes, which is like a very small detail, but does matter to some people. Hood up and hood down features for your hoodies. All objects have proper ground objects when placed down. It's male and female compatible, and blood, dirt and holes appear on the right spots, so it's not all just randomized, and it just makes the outfits look a lot cleaner. So the next mod we have here is called Working Treadmill. So do you want to train your fitness? Well, with this mod, now you can use a treadmill to do it. You gain fitness XP, a little more than squat, and gaining sprinting XP as well. If your carry weight is more than half, you also gain strength XP as well. You can change fitness, strength and sprinting XP multiplier in sandbox options. You can set the XP multiplier to 0 to disable it. The treadmill will need electricity for it to run, and you will get exercise fatigue after a workout. And now the next mod here is called Fort Benning. This one's quite a cool one. This mod adds a military object called Fort Benning to the map. So you might be asking what's in this zone? Well, you'll find a military hospital, barracks, 2 medical stations, military apartments, a campground, 2 warehouses, a tower, a canteen and a garage. Some more things this mod includes is vehicle spawn points for police cars, military vehicles, ambulance and more. There'll be ammunition spawn points all around this area. There's plenty of weapon spawn points, so if you need weapons, this is a good place to start off. And of course there's a bunch of military gear spawn points, and it's absolutely littered with zombie spawn points on and around the territory. So it won't be any easy task getting here, walking around and surviving obviously. And then the next mod we have here is called Visible Generators and Corpses. With this mod, generators and corpses will be visible in hand when they're picked up. The corpse model, as you can see here, is a simplified version of the corpse compared to the variety of corpses the game can produce.